Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Enrichment, where we talk to small business owners and entrepreneurs on strategies and best practices. Although small businesses are often at a disadvantage when competing with bigger companies, they can have one advantage. They can always be smarter than the competition. So let's get right to it. This week, our subject is, believe it or not, counterpunching. I'll explain. Oswald Chambers, he was an early 20th century Scottish Baptist evangelist and teacher. He wrote, "Life without war is impossible." Now, this declaration would, at first glance, seem to be at odds with his vocation. However, he went on to clarify what he meant by adding, "The basis of physical, moral, mental, and spiritual life is antagonism." This is an open fact of life. Health is the balance between physical life and external nature, or antagonism, and is maintained only by sufficient vitality on the inside against things on the outside. Now, Oswald was writing from a spiritual perspective, but when I read it, I immediately thought of how his analysis relates to the business world. Just as our bodies are constantly at war with harmful and infectious organisms, our businesses are also under continual assault by our competition. Now, that's not a bad thing. After all, our bodies only become stronger when more and more disease resistant after we've been forced to fight back. Those who lack this resistance are often forced to lead a truncated, sheltered life, sometimes literally in a bubble. No business can strive in an attack-free marketplace. The very nature of the marketplace demands competition, brands fighting and attacking each other for a greater share of the customer landscape. Battle lines are drawn and combat starts. Competition is one of the critical components of success. Competition forces you to continually improve and stay relevant. It fosters innovation. It compels you to improve customer service. It prevents complacency, and it obligates you to regularly reevaluate your marketing strategy. Interestingly, one of the first things that came to my mind in thinking about this subject is boxing and the art of the counterpunch. As defined by Wikipedia, counterpunchers are tactical defensive fighters who rely on opponent mistakes in order to gain an attacking advantage. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. This is how Muhammad Ali summed up his fighting style, and a long list of opponents felt the sting. Ali had unbelievable speed and agility that allowed him to slip punches and instantly respond before his adversary could recover. Now, I'm certainly not promoting violence, but I am advocating the fine art of the business counterpunch. If we keep our business agile and our strategies flexible, all the while studying what our competition is doing, we'll be in an ideal situation to respond to market changes before our rivals. If we can consistently beat them to the punch, eventually they'll be down for the count and we'll be on top. Muhammad Ali said, "Champions aren't made in the gym. Champions are made from something they have deep inside them, a desire, a dream, a vision. They have to have the last-minute stamina. They have to be a little faster, and they have to have the skill and the will. But the will must be stronger than the skill." So, a couple of questions to accompany this that you might want to ask in the week ahead. How has your competition made you better? And what would a counterpunch opportunity look like in your business? Think about that. Well, I hope you found that useful. If you'd like to further discuss anything regarding this topic or any other business strategy, reach out to me at rich@speakingofsuccess.us. And before I forget, I'm excited to tell you about my book, Build Your Rep, is now available in paperback and ebook through Amazon. I urge you, give it a read and let me know what you think. And feel free to reach out with any questions that you might have. All right, folks, again, that's it for this week. As I said, I hope you got something out of it, and we'll talk again next week. Take care